The fundamental conditions of life at sea have changed. This is an operational briefing on the consequences of that change, unlimited internet, and the unmanaged risk that comes with limited attention.
You know, for generations, isolation was the one operational constant. It shaped everything: the work, the rest, and the entire mindset of the watchkeeper. This was always seen as the problem that needed to be solved.
Well, high-speed satellite internet has solved that problem. Continuous connectivity is now the standard. But in solving one problem, we've created an entirely new operational environment. We've essentially imported the distraction profile of the shore directly into a safety-critical system.
So, the solution to isolation has, in fact, introduced a new problem, a silent but very significant layer of operational risk. Now, the core issue here isn't just simple distraction. It's something we call attention fragmentation. This is the measurable degradation of your cognitive focus, and it's caused by repeated, small-scale digital interruptions. Over time, it systematically erodes situational awareness.
Some people make an argument for normalization. They say it's like an oversupply of juice. Eventually, you get tired of it, and consumption stabilizes. But that comparison is flawed. You see, juice is a passive good. A smartphone, on the other hand, is an active system. It's been engineered specifically to capture and hold your attention. It simply doesn't allow for natural saturation.
Okay, so let's move now from the conceptual to the quantifiable. Attention fragmentation creates measurable risks to human performance and to the very integrity of the watch.
Research data shows that the brain requires a full 7 seconds to recover its focus after just one notification. So think about that. The key factor in cognitive decline isn't the total screen time, it's the sheer frequency of these interruptions.
And the consequences are direct. Maritime safety bodies have found that distracted personnel can fail to process up to 50% of all critical visual and audio information, even when it's happening right in their field of view. All of this leads to a new risk category, a kind of self-induced, system-enabled digital fatigue. We're talking about a measurable state of mental exhaustion that disrupts sleep and degrades rest between watches. And what that really means is performance never fully recovers.
Now, this progression isn't theoretical. It appears with alarming regularity in official accident investigation reports. The link between device use and operational failure is, at this point, a documented fact.
Let's look at Case 1, the 2018 grounding of the Priscilla. The finding? The officer of the watch was watching videos. Case 2, the 2022 collision of the Thunder. The finding? The watch officer was distracted by a cell phone. And Case 3, the 2024 Maersk Shekou collision. Here, the secondary pilot was on a non-essential call. Each one of these incidents represents a documented failure of situational awareness, linked directly to device use.
The outcome of these failures is not abstract. It is physical, and it is final.
So what's the answer? Well, total prohibition undermines morale, but zero oversight simply ignores the risk. The solution has to be integrating connectivity into our operational discipline, and we can do that using a professional framework.
This model is built on 5 pillars. 1. Absolute watch integrity, meaning zero personal device use on watch. 2. A defined pre-watch transition period to ensure cognitive readiness. 3. A post-watch recovery period, encouraging reduced screen time before rest. 4. Intelligent bandwidth structuring that actually aligns with operational needs. And 5, and this is crucial, a clear leadership signal. The discipline demonstrated by senior officers must become the standard for the entire vessel.
So, in conclusion, the right to connectivity is now an established part of seafarer welfare, but it is a right that exists within a safety-critical operating system, and it absolutely must be managed as such.
A right does not eliminate an operational boundary. We have a professional duty to manage predictable human factor risks, and unstructured internet access is now, without a doubt, one of them.
Access must be protected. Attention must be protected even more.